Our particular scavenging crew is on the payroll of Luxor. You'd think that being in the biggest foundry conglomerate in the system would mean higher pay. Not even close. They cut costs with supplies, equipment, transport. Everything is a case study in frugal spending, which isn't much different from the other benefactors, I suppose. Every board member or private contractor as operatives down here wants to get what they can and leave. None of our missions are large-scale recovery focused, only on extracting what materials we can from the ship's circuitry, isolating the engine core if possible, and looting the corpses. There's a ship about a day's travel from here we've been assigned to scavenge. It went down because of a miscalculation in the engine bay when they attempted to leave the orbiter station near Io. Apparently our client tried to shirk shipping codes and overload the transport with smuggled goods. He wants us to take what we can find of the cargo and leave the rest. The ship manifest says that over 350 crew members died in the crash. A low-orbit void space jump killed the entire crew instantly because they didn't have time to tether. They must have tried to regain control over the ship, but they overestimated the thrust needed this close to the surface. Do you know what happens when you don't have time to tether before a jump? Imagine you're in a box that goes from point A to point B in less than a millisecond with you inside. But your body still wants to be at point A. Once it left Punch, the ship coasted on its own momentum until it landed in the nearby ice fields. Our scouts reported some moderate hull damage along the keel, a minor rupture in the aft, and radiation levels that indicate the dampening chill of the reactor core wasn't even scratched. It's mostly intact, but the greedy bastard says that the costs for repair and maintenance aren't worth it. I think he'd rather just let his dirty business sit down here and freeze. Less evidence for the investigator ops to sift through back in Jovian space. Most crash sites are like that. Horrible errors in judgment or blatant disregard for protocol sends countless crews to their deaths, and the contractors would sooner leave their mistakes to fade away than carry the weight of their responsibilities. So if they aren't overridden to take a crash course here, regardless of the crew on board, to have an unfortunate vector miscalculation, they send the crushed remains here for damage assessment and leave the rest to us. What a disgusting waste. But it's also an opportunity. At the start of tomorrow's period, my scavenging crew is going to head to the crash site. We'll get in, recover the cargo, and send it out on our Ashlar transports to a location about 30 clicks out where our benefactor's men will take it out of orbit. And then I'm taking that ship